How would you introduce this to someone who has never heard of this before? What would you share with someone? What is this about?
It's an opportunity. I see that as an opportunity. Like myself, I've worked in the autism field for 18 years. And I was in the system, not knowing really that there are alternatives. And the system offers at the moment very limited amount of interventions. And I'm sure many of us experienced that we go to the doctors and the doctor is looking at the symptoms and treating the symptoms. So I wasn't happy throughout that time because I knew there is no way forward to resolve the problem or to cure the problem. And deep inside, I felt like, oh my God, those autistic children, surely they can get better, but we don't know how to reach to them. So the method appeared at the right time. I got involved into detoxification. That was about 14 years ago, and I can see that the method, first of all, is a great diagnostic tool. So we can actually scan the body on a cellular level and detect the presence of toxins. More than that, we can see where the toxins are located because we can check anatomical structures. So like, again, referring to autistic children, we could see a presence of heavy metals or pathologic protein in specific parts of the brain. And that gives us a great amount of information how we can intervene. So the intervention will be that detox. But again, detox is a wide range of different stuff which is available on the market. Again, everyone requires different things, but what we all require is to set up a right information in the body. So if our brain is loaded with toxins, we know that the neurotransmission is distorted. The information from our senses are not being translated in accordance, so the person appears with unusual behaviors. So on our side, we use informational medicine, which gives the right information to the immune system, and that's how the process of the detoxification happens.
Kat said opportunity. For me, the first word that came to mind is hope. And that was because of my very personal experience. When my son was 3 months old, he got his first chest infection. And then they were kind of happening very regularly every, 2 months, 3 months. And the only help was from the doctor was to give him antibiotics. So obviously I could see that this treatment was not working in a way that he kept catching these infections. And that was when I came across the method. And someone asked me, have you heard about Dr. Jonas? I haven't. They told me about it. And I think the beauty for me was that it was so simple, because the method focuses on getting to the root cause of the problem. And when you think about it logically, when you remove the root cause, the problem just disappears. And I just fell in love with it then, because with no time, my son got better, much better. And yes, he was catching infections every now and then, but we didn't need any antibiotics. He was overcoming the infection much faster. And yes, and I just fell in love with it. So for me, the most important thing is, and I always say that to my clients now, when they come and they say like, oh, can you heal me? Can you, can you help me to get better? I said, I cannot heal you because I'm not the doctor. I don't heal. I don't do all this stuff that doctors do. But what I can do is I can find what is causing your problem. I can remove it, and then your body will just heal itself. So yeah, that was.
And my personal experience also with the people who come searching for help is that very often they are lost in that massive world of supplements, medication, information on the internet. There's so much of stuff which is bombarding us. So when we are actually in a position that we are not well, we don't know what to look for. And for my clients, I always use a lot of explanation, a lot of chatting. So for them to understand how their body operates, and for them to understand how they can take the control over it. So rather than searching for the help outside, they have everything they need to get better by putting certain things in place. So the whole detoxification process is about changing lifestyle, sometimes changing dietary requirements, sometimes changing set of mind. If people are in the very stressful environment, they can't expect to be healthy. So it's about the reflection, how I'm going to change what I've been doing for the last 20 years, and I ended up with that result. So now is the time that I reflect and I take the ownership of my life. And I think that's the key issue with the whole detoxification, because we don't look at the toxins, the physical, like metabolites, heavy metals, microbiology. We also look at the element of emotions, spirituality, the connection with Mother Earth. I think all that is so important nowadays to be well, and people, especially in a busy life like London here, is absolutely crazy. People don't give themselves the opportunity to step out and reflect.
Yeah, that is so true, and I can. Reflecting back on my own journey, like that was me, right? Like, I mean, not that I went to the doctor because I didn't believe in that either, but I was lost still, and I had my own challenges, right? And my body was full of like heavy metals when I started. I had parasites, and I had no idea that was even in my body, and that even the things existed like this, right? That has such an impact on my health. And so what I appreciated really about this journey was also the education that comes with experiencing your services and the really the deep work that you're doing. I remember that I thought literally this is the way I have to live my life, right? And it's really interesting that a lot of people are probably thinking this way, that they kind of are in this mindset already that they have to settle for what is present without knowing that all those symptoms can be removed. I'm wondering if somebody is not well and if somebody is really suffering from those symptoms, what would you share with them in regards to taking a look at information medicine?
Well, I think, Frank, for someone who is not well, the very first one is that they can find out what is actually causing their problem. Because you see, when you go to the doctor, to start with, you've got this, I don't know how many minutes it is now, 10, 15 minutes appointment. And what people say is they cannot even properly explain and talk about their problems because there is no time for that.
Oof.
You know, so there is a lot of clients who come also, and because we spend with them from about 1 hour up to 2 hours, on average is about 1.5, and they are so grateful that they can actually talk and they can tell us all these things that they are bothering them, you know. And you can feel they are so grateful for this time, for this 1.5 hours, 2 hours. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you go to the doctor and you are just told, okay, so you've got these symptoms. Let's say we will class you as, I don't know, you've got allergies or you've got migraines. But that is only a name that is describing a set of symptoms, you know, and then they are put in this, I don't know, in that drawer with, because what the doctor needs that name for, to give a specific medication. And that's what it is, and that finishes. And obviously we've got this symptomatic treatment. It masks symptoms, okay, it does, but nobody is trying to get to the cause of the problem. So I think that's the second milestone, is that they can find out what is actually causing the problem. Not only find out, but they are given tools to remove that cause and then to get better.
I love that. Yeah. And what is so powerful about what you said is this is really what people are longing for, right? To be heard and seen with what the challenge is that they're going through. And having, like, I mean, I was speaking with one of my clients, and she said there's not even an opportunity to get an appointment right now. It's really difficult to speak with someone. Being heard and being seen is something that will open people up for really listening then. But I love that everything was able to come to the surface. Everything was discussed. Everything was open. And that is something people don't experience right now anymore. What is your...
If I could add, Frank, because the element which I'm finding very useful, like for myself as a therapist, is a plan of action. I'm an action person, so people also love to know what is going on, how long it will take, more or less, and whether there is a hope or not. So like a classical medicine or classical intervention would tell you, you've got Hashimoto, you've got a chronic IBS, you've got problems with joints. Those are like autoimmune diseases, is not curable. You need to learn how to live with it. Whereas for us, there is a hope. We can treat it in a way that we will set up, 1 to 3 treatments, and there is a chance your body will get back to normal, to original settings. So that journey, like even sitting with the client and planning and giving them the light, okay, I have to go through 10 steps, but I will reach to some point where I'll feel better. And that awareness is already enough for someone to be motivated. And I think motivation is the key thing here, because once you are given that hope, then you naturally feel like, I can do it. I've got the strength in me. And that's what people are lacking. Especially here, I'm talking about teenagers. I'm seeing a lot of teenagers with depression, with nervous breakdown. I had few people even like trying to commit suicide, things like that. So heavy cases. But after deserving required time, you can see the light in their eyes, and that is priceless.
And there was one sentence Kat said that I really like, and I hear that from a lot of clients as well. I went to the doctor, they diagnosed me with autoimmune problem, whatever it is, one of the autoimmune problems, which is incurable. That's what people are told. So the first thing is, we always say, if something is incurable, that means the cure is in you. There are no things such as incurable. You just need to find that cure. And I think what is important for the clients is that we empower them to be able to find that cure. That's the first thing. And the second thing, just to touch on the autoimmune problems, which are explained, your immune system is kind of attacking your own cells. There is no such thing. it will never happen that your immune system will attack your own cells. Never ever.
Against the nature.
Yes, by nature, it's not possible. And if it does, that only means that there is something in these cells that the immune system is trying to overcome. And most of the times, 99%, it is a toxin, some kind of a toxin, very often microbiology. So, just wanted to give that message. There are no uncurable problems. That's the first thing. And the second thing, autoimmune problem. It is not your immune system attacking your own body or cells. It is attacking something that is in there. And we can find what's in there and we can remove it. And then the autoimmune problem stops.
Yeah, I experienced that myself, right? Like we have the power to heal ourselves.
Yeah.
And through removing all the toxins and microbiology and everything, the heavy metals, our body actually is able to heal whatever is there to heal. Yeah.
And I would like to say a word to those people who are very practical and they are thinking, oh, there is an energy healers and all this stuff with big crystal ball. No, we are not. We are very mechanical. What we do here is a pure physics, quantum physics, and this information and this energy is something we are all in possession of it. So regardless if you believe, if you don't believe, you give yourself a chance, and then you see, you experience, and you will know what we are talking about here. Because toxins are very physical. The method we are using here is also based on the physics. So belief is an element which is not necessarily required. It's good if there is an element of belief, but is not required to get better.
Yes, absolutely. Kat, it's not required because we've got this like kind of two groups of clients: people who believe in nature, in natural kind of treatments. They understand detoxification. They come regularly, and they get better, and so on. But there is the second also group of people who don't necessarily believe in natural treatments. They don't believe in alternative methods, but they are absolutely desperate because they've been going to the doctors for years. Nothing is helping. They are given medication which is masking symptoms of your liver failing, but at the same time destroying your kidneys. And they are just looking for help. They are looking for something, and they don't believe. But they come because they have almost like no choice. We are the last hope for them. And these people who don't believe, they also get better.
But let me share the example. I had a consultation that was last week, Friday. The couple came, and clearly you can see that the wife was the one who made an appointment, and she physically dragged the husband in. He came, he gave me this look like, what can you tell me? Can you tell me something new? It was difficult at the beginning, but after chatting, he was like, okay. But you could see a lot of hesitance, a lot of doubts. Anyway, I've given him a treatment. He was having an infection and constant temperature, raising up to 41 degrees and hospitalization. I think 5 times he went to the hospital, and for the past 6 months, he's on antibiotic course. So the guts are destroyed, and beside that, he had some problems with guts and digestion. But anyway, he was so desperate. Then he said, I'll try whatever. And I've given him a treatment. So the wife called me yesterday, and she said, you know what, he is the 3rd day without temperature. And he asked me to give you a call because he wants to come next week So you can check him whether the infection is really gone or what is happening. So that was absolutely reassuring for me. Like, he is asking to come here.
The first one, he needed to be dragged in.
Yes.
The next visit, he wants to come. Fantastic.
Yeah, so things like that are very reassuring, and obviously it's very individualized. Some people would get better within days. Some people would need a bit more time, but for sure we can say that we are able to help everyone.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And what I like about this is also that where clearly the medical system that we're in right now is failing and is also benefiting the pharma industry. And it's not a surprise. Once you go to the doctor, you keep going to the doctor, right? Like, why is that? This is also something I've been wondering like 20 years ago already, because it's like, why do I have to keep going to the doctor? Like, that makes no sense for natural health, right? So giving the body the tools to heal itself is like a superpower that we all have access to.
You see, Frank, I'm pleased that you are touching on that, because I can see what is happening, especially with people who are in their 60s, 70s now. They are in that program of being dependent on the doctor. So almost there is this fear, the massive fear is like, oh, if I don't keep making appointments, the doctor will roll me out. I won't be in the system anymore. Then what I'm going to do? So that dependency was built up throughout the years. And some people, they are holding on to that so tightly that almost changing that program is more difficult than anything else. But once we change that program, once we give them the strength to be independent, to take the like, what is the word? The authority over their life, they will get fine. And my parents are the example of that. I can see a massive change, and they are in their 70s and they are fine.
Yeah.
I think, you know what they should introduce for the doctors? The rule that used to be in the ancient China with doctors. The doctor was paid only when the patient was becoming healthy and stopped coming. And for those doctors where the patient, didn't get better and they needed to keep coming, these doctors were not paid.
See, it's the opposite now, literally, because they're getting rewarded for making more prescriptions, which is like, makes no sense for the health that we all strive for, right?
But you see, guys, it's not the doctor's fault. I see that as a global problem. And it starts from the primary school. I feel the educational program has been designed in a way that people are switched off. And our role, like my role as a mom, my role as a therapist, is to switch people on. Start thinking. Don't rely on others. Like the last 2 years of the pandemics and the vaccination, clearly people were driven by the fear. So the brain stopped working because they were traumatized. And once you give them the authority to make decisions, the fear goes away. And I think that what is our role as a human being and as a therapist, to educate people.
Absolutely, to educate people, to empower them, to take their life and health in their own hands, because they can. It all depends on them. So yeah, that's what we are trying to do.
I love that. Yeah, because if you boil all the water out of the pan, what it comes down to is the choice that you make based on love and based on fear, right? Love is always expanding, fear is always contracting. Yeah. And you're giving people the path to love, basically unconditional love. And yeah, that's beautiful. Now that was a really inspiring dive into the work that you're doing, and clearly you're very passionate about helping people and being a stand for people. And if somebody's watching and wants to get in touch with you and also wants to see more of the work, I know you have an exciting opportunity that's coming up in June. You want to share a little bit what this is and also what this can do for people to actually have access to this, which is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yes, absolutely. So we are very, very excited and honored actually, because the creator of the method, Dr. Jonas himself, is coming to the UK for the very first time. So for us, it is a huge, huge event. On the 15th of June in Posk, Hammersmith in London, Dr. Jonas is coming for the Informational Medicine Summit. And we would like to invite everyone to join us, to meet him in person, to see what he has got to say about everything what we have discussed just now. Because, we are promoting his method, we believe in it, we've tried it, hundreds or thousands of our clients have tried it, and we are trying to educate and pass that knowledge. But what is best or better than to hear it from the source? And, from the man himself. And he's such an amazing person as well. I think it will be great opportunity for everyone to meet him and to hear from the source what he has got to say. And we are very excited because Dr. Jonas, obviously he will be talking about the method, about his supplements, about the informational medicine. But every time that we meet with him, whether it is in Prague or in Poland, he has got something up his sleeve, and we know that's what me and Kat, that's what we are waiting for. He's got always something interesting. So yeah,
I think, and it's also, just to mention this, because I know you shared this with me already. It's going to be translated into Polish and into English as well, right?
That's right. Yes.
Awesome. Yeah. Beautiful. What an opportunity to get to know the inventor and really the creator of this information and medicine method that you're practicing to help people heal.
Just bear in mind, I wanted to add at the end that the time when he came up with the method was nearly 50 years ago. 50 years ago, how many of us heard about informational medicine, about quantum physics? So he has already developed something we have not even dreamt of. And we strongly believe that he is gifted, he is very much connected, he's got some channeling going on. And as Iza mentioned, he is always surprising us with information which are incoming. The same was, if you remember, Iza, the pandemic and all this vaccination, he already spoke about it beforehand.
Yeah.
So,
great mind, big heart. Yes, we are very excited. And as Dr. Jonas says, we detoxify, your immune system heals you. And that is our kind of a motto, from this diagnosis that we can, very, very accurate diagnosis through detoxification to health, when you don't have to rely on anyone but your own immune system. And to find out more, we, very warmly invite everyone who wants to come and listen and enjoy.
And also we invite, sorry, Frank. We invite people to come and see us if you feel that you would benefit from a detoxification and you would like to know what is going on. I'm based in London. Iza is based in Bunbury, but also we've got other therapies. You will be able to find them on our website. So, Frank, I believe there will be a link to the website where people can search.
Yeah, we will just put it underneath the video, so it's easy to access. Yeah, awesome. Exactly. I was just about to ask, where can people find you?
Sorry.
Yeah. No. That's great. Awesome. Yeah. Brilliant.
Yes. So that is for everyone who wants to find out what's going on in their body, who wants to get better. But if anyone got inspired by us talking today, perhaps, and has got that, feeling that would like to change their life and perhaps help people, we also run a detoxification academy, Statera Academy, when we train new therapists. 10 new people, they've just passed their exams literally a couple of weeks ago. Yes, very well done to them. And the new course will be starting towards the end of September. So whoever is interested, please visit our website as well.
Yeah, well worth taking a look to really be of service at the highest level in regards to health and quantum well-being to other people, right? What a great way of living purposefully and also thriving at the same time. Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I want to thank you both for being so open and sharing from the heart, speaking from the heart, and giving so many nuggets also for people to access this methodology and really access you and the work that you're doing and get in touch with their own healing, right? Because that's the invitation we have here. It's like the power is in you. That's the truth.
Frank, that wouldn't be possible without you. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for your time and for talking to us today.
Yeah. And we're going to do this again next week. Yes.
Forward to it.
Awesome. Yeah. Bless you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.